Good morning. I think I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Well, good morning, everybody. It's good to see. I always got to get adjusted. Get adjusted in my chair. Uh, they are cutting hay right out there, right beside the house. Oh, wrong way. Right up there in that direction, right across from the house. They cut it, they roll it, and I want you to know it just about kills me. It used to didn't do that. I don't know what it is, but now every time the hay cuts, I'm like, I don't like it. I mean, I know the man's got to cut the hay, and he's my church member, so I can't really fuss at him. I mean, I don't know what I'd fuss at him for. I mean, he's just making a living. He's just feeding his cows. But still, you know, I can't go over there and complain about it because, you know, that wouldn't be right. I wouldn't really have no reason to do that, but I'm just telling y'all that it just messes my head up. I don't, and I know some of y'all are just laughing right now that saying my head's already messed up. Go ahead, get it out your system. Get it out your system before Mac comes up. But anyway, they cut hay. So, and I hate taking pills. I hate taking medicine of any sort. I take a pill, and especially the allergy medicine stuff. I take that, and it just makes me kind of weird. It makes me want to sleep, and then I can't sleep at night. And I wake up, I sleep a couple hours, wake up, I'm got a headache all the time. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about that. Y'all didn't come to Chuck's complaining hour. Let me tell y'all what's going on today. We got Mack and Patti from Southern Blessed Homestead, and I really am looking forward to this. I found out some time back that they were actually married by one of my wife's cousins. It's not a close cousin, but it's one of like her daddy's cousin or something like that. Anyway, don't really matter. But and he's down here in Purvis where I live. He lived just right up the road from us. He actually passed away a year or so ago. I can't remember now, but I've had him here at the church before. I've eat lunch with him up here in town before. Small world. Small world. Let me tell you what else is going on so I can get them on up here in a hurry. I got some rabbits that are about to have babies. They should be having babies any day. Today is kind of like the starting day. Anyway, it could be now for, you know, another week or so. But last time when these two had their babies, kits, I think is what they're called. I'm just going to call them babies, baby rabbits. They had it like at this time. So I'm kind of thinking that they may go ahead and do that. Another thing that's going on, I may have told y'all last week, was coming back from Kentucky. And when we was coming back down from Kentucky, I was going to stop there in North Mississippi and say hello to Tommy Mont's homestead. And I called him. We was talking and set it all up. I was headed over there to eat some barbecue. I was on my way, and I got off the phone. And I looked at my wife, and she had that look on her face. And you guys, you know what I'm talking about. That look is not the good look. And I was looking at her, and I say, is something wrong? And she said, I'm just tired of meeting people, Chuck. She said, I have met everybody that I want to meet for right now. I have reached my quota of meeting new people. So I had to contact him back and tell him, no, I can't go. Well, it just so happened his daughter is going to be singing down here at the college here in Hattiesburg. And they're going to be down today. They come down late last night. And so I'm going to meet up with them for lunch today. And I'm going to get to meet them. Yahoo. That's something good. There's a couple other things I want to mention. Oh, let me just mention this. I you know, most of y'all know little Bunky, Vineyard Chick Bunky. She's got her own little channel, Bunky's Garden. I have been making little videos for her and I send it up there to through her email where she can, well, it's unlisted, that way it's not on everything else. And it's guitar lessons. It's just simple, basic, get you going, get you started guitar lessons. And I got thinking about it, I said, there may be other people that want to play, want to learn, want to whatever. But I've done that. I give lessons here at the house, and most people they all excited about wanting to learn, and then they don't. They actually think that they're going to get in there and they're going to learn it overnight, and you just don't. You got to put in the effort. You got to put in the work. You got to want it. But anyway, that's available. If you want me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. Just come to you. It'll be unlisted or whatever. It won't be on the main page here, but it just goes over some of the very basics, and it's kind of get you going, learn how to pick the guitar, learn the neck of the guitar, and I'm just taking it slow increment steps so it's easy to follow along. You want that? Just shoot me an email, and I'll catch you up to date with what I've got so far, and as I make each new one. A couple of things. There's some people I want to shout out, and I normally don't do this, and I don't know why I'm doing it today. I just want to because it kind of leads into a thought that's on my head. There's a channel called Flower Folk Farm, Anita, Flower Folk Farm. She's from Australia, I believe. Wonderful lady. I mean, she's a good Christian lady. She has a flower farm. Anyway, you need to go listen to her testimony, her story. She's very knowledgeable. Another one is Last Days Homesteading. Bill over there. Bill came from, I guess, a not so pleasant lifestyle. Come to met the Lord, and he. Anyway, him and his little granddaughter, just as she's cute as a bug. Anyway, I really like their channel. And another one that I've watched for some time now, a little bit longer than these other two, is the Appalachian American Homestead. Doug and I think Carolyn and Daniel over there, great people. They just they're a calming influence in this life, because y'all know me, I'm scattered all over the place. All right, before I get Mack and Patti up here, they're waiting patiently in the green room. They're eating all my pretzels, and Jesse sent me some M&Ms because he knew how people are, and I put them down in the green room. They about eating all of them. Max got chocolate all over his face. Patty's trying to wipe him up, get him presentable. Got the wet wipes out, trying to get them. But let me tell you this before I get them up. I had y'all know I squirrel. I do. I go from one thing to the other. But this Sunday, I believe in the Almighty. I believe in God. He brought me. He's the reason I'm here today. And we want to always make reference to him. But sometimes we get distracted, don't we? I know I do. I get distracted. I get caught away from, I start doing something and I see something else needs to be doing. I start doing that and I go to something else. And at the end of the day, I've done a whole lot of nothing, but I've done a lot of it. But anyway, I was reading there in the book of Nehemiah, and Nehemiah, how you going?
Yes, sir. Love you.
Love you too. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Everybody.
Hello, but only to that one person right there. It's just that person.
Get out of here, boy. He takes after his mom. Anyway, so you know the story of Nehemiah. He's in captivity. He's a king cupbearer and all that. Anyway, he hears about his people over there, and he's wanting to come back, and he's got a burden for him. Anyway, God allows him to come back. He gets favor, and he comes back over there, and he's working, and he's got all the enemies around him saying, you can't do this, trying to put him down, trying to get him to quit the work, and just make life hard on him. And he finally, and he sticks to it. He sticks to it. But at one part, they say, well, why don't you just come down and meet us? That's all we want you to do. We just want you to meet us. Come over here to the city. Come meet us. we'll gather together, we'll talk this thing out. And he knew that they was plotting against him to do some harm to him. And he made a statement that stuck out to me. He said, "Why should I leave the work to go visit you?" Basically, I mean, that's not word for word, but that's basically what it is. Why should I leave off what I'm supposed to be doing to go do something for you? And I thought about that. I do that all the time. I lose track of what I'm supposed to do and I get so involved of trying to. And listen, it's nothing wrong with helping other people. It's not nothing wrong with being a blessing. But you've got a work to do. You've got a work to do, and you need to do it, especially if it's what God has called you to do. You better do that. Better not shy away from that. But I thought I'd share. Hey, look, I'm giving you this for free. I'm not even passing a plate around today. I'm just throwing this in for nothing, folks. Let me get up here, see who's in here. And then I'm going to go through it real quick so I can get Mack and Patti up here because they waiting so patient. Roberta, very nervous, Southern Blessed Homestead, Lazy Days, Rebecca, Annie's Kitchen. There's Mayfield Ranch. I appreciate y'all mods too, by the way, throwing up these links. There's Katie from Mayfield Ranch. Got Mack and Patti's channel up there. If you don't have them, go get them real quick. I'll wait on you. Anne Marie, Big Dreams, Tiny Budget. She was up there in Kentucky with us. There's our friend Lydia over there in Maryland. And I hadn't watched the latest trimester video yet. Or when I say that, Lydia, I say I hadn't run it yet because I ain't watching those. I'm just not watching nothing about no baby. Can't do it, but I'll run it for you because I like you. Treasure Hunter, Neil and Beth, good to see y'all. He's driving. He's on the road. Got Brampton, Rochelle in the house. Got our friend Sherry, Southern Roots by Sherry. I hope you're doing better, Sherry. And I know I'm running through this. Mac, I hope you warmed up there. Anne Marie says she came to see Mac do the chicken dance. Our neighbor on the coast, Charlotte, Gulf Coast Granny, good to see you. Appreciate you. Look, Rochelle, I took Claritin, and that's why I take it. It does make me want to buy more plants. So I think everything makes you want to buy more plants. Patty, PSV, Odyssey. Y'all, I know I'm running through here. I'm running through it quick, but I'm trying to make up for lost time. Andrea, our friend from Georgia. I have to get Max to sing for you. He's a better singer than I am. Got our friends up there in Pigeon Forge. Torsia, Triple Threat. She's a Georgia girl too, I believe. If I'm missing you, I'm sorry because I'm slinging it to this morning. I'm slinging through here. Today I have you on speaker. The donkeys really enjoy listening. That's generally the type of audience I attract, Katie. Oh, I didn't mean that. That was ugly. I shouldn't have said that. Got Randy from Missouri Outlaw. Good to see you, my friend. There's Shannon, a friend over in Texas. Always a pleasure to see her in the house. There's Ashley. And again, I'm so sorry if I'm missing you. Just kind of chime in every once in a while, and I'll try not to miss you too often. I think the thing just skipped on me too. So that does not help a thing. It does not help anything. I can't remember if I watched Rebecca. She just had a video out, some yarn she had gotten. Andale, hello. She goes on at 10 o'clock right after us. So make sure y'all go over and check her out. She's always pleasant to listen to. Got a lot of things going on. All right, I have slid all the way down to the end of the comments. Y'all didn't come to hear me talk. Y'all didn't come to see me. y'all came to see somebody. I got special guests today, and I'm thrilled to death to have them. If you would, get you a seat way up close to the front, and if you would, make welcome Patty and Mack from Southern Blends Homestead. How in the world? Well, get out of my candy corn.
You didn't tell me we were live. Gotta eat my candy corn. Woo, love my candy corn.
Do you like that candy corn?
I love it.
Do you? I used to like it when I was a kid, but I'm not. Of course, I don't eat a whole lot of candy anymore. But I used to like it as a kid, and everybody else always seemed to hate it. But I always
It's probably the worst thing for you could eat.
Probably, well, I mean, what is it? Sugar?
Sugar shaped in the corn, shape of a corn.
and coated with dye, huh?
Right.
Sugar and dye.
Yeah.
Orange. What do they call that? When you look at the ingredients, orange dye number 3 or something.
Mac don't look at no ingredients.
Hey, that's the best way. Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? It truly is bliss.
Don't hurt unless you know. If you don't know it, you don't.
Hey, it don't hurt you if you don't know it.
That's what he said.
Good morning.
I love candy corn. She's my kind of people. You like candy corn?
Can't buy it. They can't buy it over there in Perth, Australia.
Oh well.
I wonder why.
Good.
Wow.
Maybe they're more health minded a little.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. She says they're fine print, so no one. Hey, especially when you get older, and you need glasses, and even glasses don't help. Fine print is the way to go if you.
That's what I have this for. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'll be sitting over at the computer. Well, you know, they print stuff so small now. Even people with good eyesight can't read it. You know.
I know. I lived with my grandmother over in Houston for a little bit for a few years, and every morning and every evening she'd be at her little table, had her Bible out. She had the big print Bible, you know, that you could see from the moon, but she still couldn't see it. She had a light, and she had thick goggle glasses, and she had a magnifying glass, reading her Bible every.
That sounds like my mama. My mama's legally blind, but she loves reading the Bible. Yeah. And so she has good days and bad days where she actually can see a little bit. So she tries, but Daddy reads to her most of the time. But
okay. I thought about that years ago. I thought about, you know, I better start memorizing this thing because I'm going to get to where I can't see it, and and nobody's going to want to sit there and read it to me because I'm hard enough to live with as it is, much less sit and read. I figured I better start memorizing this thing. I'm halfway there.
Well,
no.
Roberta says, why don't they make glasses that have zoom capability? That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that? It's like touch a button. Zip.
Yeah. They're called binoculars. You strap them to your head.
I'm sure they're trying to invent all that stuff somewhere.
I like the button on the side thought better. Just kind of click a button and it kind of zooms. It kind of like your camera. You know how you mash your camera, button halfway and it kind of. Hold on, I'm missing out. Hey, keep me up to date on the chat. I'm gonna give y'all a little job. Just kind of keep up with the chat while I.
Oh, Hedgehog's here. Hello.
Hey, Laura. Good to see you. Suzanne Goulet is here. Appreciate y'all coming in. And if y'all come in and I miss you, I'm so sorry. I seen Rayleigh Creative Travel come in. And Roberta saying she can see you wearing a Mac.
Yep.
Now, y'all are up in North Mississippi.
Yep, Northwest.
Mississippi, God's country.
I don't know that. We're a little too close to Memphis to be God's country, I think.
Well, you're still in Mississippi, so you're close.
Yeah, okay. You got that.
As long as you're in Mississippi, you're all right. You don't have to go too far to get out into the country. But you live up there around where Jerry Lee Lewis has a place, don't you?
Yeah, he's about 20, 30 minutes from here. Yeah.
Well, back in when did we do that? Was it earlier in 2090s?
Yeah, 2000.
We used to do a newspaper route, and wouldn't we deliver his paper?
We delivered Jerry Lee Lewis's paper.
We would deliver his paper.
Of course, we never saw him, but we just threw it out there for him.
You just threw it out there. Did you try and throw it in the ditch and throw it in the weeds and up in the trees?
We never got a tip from him either or nothing. But
Yeah.
I'd always yell out to one, "Hey, Jerry, it's your paper."
Jerry Lee, here. Fetch.
Great balls of fire. Here's your paper.
Hey, I went up there. We went by there. I had an uncle lived up there with one of his wives. He had a zillion of them. I hope he don't watch this, but he did. He had a wife every other year, I think. But at that time, he was living up there, and we went by there. We had like a conference, a Baptist Missionary Association conference up there, and is there a place up there called Senatobia?
Senatobia?
That's
Yeah.
right here next to us. Yeah. You had a conference in Senatobia?
Maybe it wasn't Senatobia.
Maybe South Haven.
South Haven.
Maybe, because they had the Broadway Baptist, which used to be something else, but they were in with the SBC and stuff, I think,
Okay.
or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
I don't remember. It's been a while, and I didn't really know anything about where I was. I just followed directions and got there. So I just knew it was up in that part of the country.
Hey, Tarsha. Triple Threads here.
Oh, hey, girl.
Porsche. But I don't like that busy lifestyle that y'all carry on up there. Y'all are just like the jet setters of Mississippi, the people that, the city people,
Yeah.
Us country folks out here, we can't hardly spell and put letters
I
together.
don't think you're that bad.
You-
Well, we'd love to come down that way where the true Southerners are more south.
Hey, you probably have never in your life been called city people, have you?
Actually, yeah, I was born and raised in the city.
She has, but not me.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Where were you born? Where were you born and raised, Patty?
well, kind of all over, but mostly I was born in LA, California, so area. But then my daddy, he liked to travel around, so we were in New Mexico and Indiana and Illinois and different places.
Well, why? I mean, he just liked to move around, or was he in the military or something? Or
Well, no, he was actually in the ministry when we did move around a lot, but he moved us out of California to New Mexico. And he was a carpenter,
okay,
and
there's some other fellow that was a carpenter. In the Bible, I'm trying to think who it was.
Jesus.
There you go.
I got one right.
well, his daddy.
Had a good example to follow. Didn't he?
Covered the two for a little bit.
I got to look and I've seen several chats and several people that they'll say they were born in California, but nobody ever wants to stay in California except for Katie from Mayfield Ranch. She loves it over there. Of course, she's in North California.
Right. If they stay and want to stay, it has to be Northern California.
Yeah, it has to be a different. It can't be right there in them big cities.
Yeah,
5 points. Hey, you get 5 points, Mac. I don't know what 5 points is. There's Deborah Rusugno. Jesse, I need you to say it for me. Jesse needs to say that. Jesse was born in East LA and left as soon as I turned 1 year old.
I was 8 when my daddy took us out of California. We still have some family members out that way, but we don't see them.
My mother lived out there for a while when she was just a child, because my granddaddy was a missionary, and he went all the way across the country and wound up in California for a while, and then of course moved back to Oakland, Texas.
I lived in California for like 5 months.
Yeah, he did.
But I was at Travis Air Force Base for a TDY, so it wasn't permanent.
Right. Now, did y'all meet? Y'all met when because of you been in the Air Force and maybe y'all no?
No, we met a year or two before that. Then I decided to go in.
No, we met at church in New Mexico.
Okay.
And yeah.
I was sitting there at church, and all of a sudden this bright light came out, and the angel started singing. "Ooh," and I was looking around, and this angel was walking down the aisle. And I was like, "Who is that? I gotta meet her."
Uh-huh.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. Well,
Angel
she
got me.
But at the time, I thought it was an angelic angel, but it was the other angel.
you better be careful. Now, I hadn't. I've watched y'all on your lives quite for some time now.
Thank you.
But I hadn't. It's just until recently, last few months, that I guess I've been watching your videos. Because, as you know, there's a zillion channels that you can watch and try and get to know. Right. And I finally said, no, I'm going to find out about these folks. And really, you got to kind of watch some of the videos to find out about people. So I did, and I found out all about you, Mack.
He's the main person on the channel.
Well, I figured I'd get you up here so you could defend yourself. That's all.
Hey, Jaws. Oh, MT Homestead's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably Terry. I imagine it's Terry. Mike's. I got them not this Friday, but the Friday following. We do a Friday evening at 4:30, and they're supposed. I had Terry on the Tuesday one sometime back. It's been several months, and they have given me grief over it ever since.
They are fun. We have got to meet them, be with them a couple times at some of these gatherings. They're really sweet folks.
Well, I thought so too. I thought so too. Until I had her on my live on Tuesday morning. I was sweet. I want you to know I was a nice. I just brought up a few things about Oklahoma, and asked her some trivia questions about Oklahoma, just like what's the state insect or, something everybody knows. I mean, we know what the state insect is in Mississippi, obviously, don't we? It's a mosquito.
I was going to say that or a tick.
Or a chigger.
Chigger. We have all the insects.
Anyway, they had me on their live on their shout out thing on Sundays, and they had to grill me too, and I didn't know nothing. I'm sorry. Do y'all know Tommy Montz from Montz Homestead?
Oh, we have not met him that I know of. Have we met him? But we have chatted with him on lives and stuff, and we watched some of his videos. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of on the eastern side. Y'all are on the western side.
Right.
But we actually.
Let's see. I think the only channel that we know that is closest to us is His Way Homestead. They're about 45 minutes to an hour from us.
That's
Doug
right.
And
that's Doug and Shelly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good folks.
And then Grizz from Windmill Farms, he's
about an hour away from us.
Yeah, he'd be the next closest one.
He hasn't done very many videos lately, but he's a really cool guy. He lives down in Oxford area.
Y'all had him up on your show or on a video not too long back.
Yeah.
He was going to get something. I can't remember.
He's very talented.
He did one of my deer heads, skull mount, European skull mount, and then he made my pistol holster.
Okay.
And did a custom design on it. It's kind of like the Air Force emblem overlaid on the Mason symbol or whatever, and it was real good. He good at woodwork, and did a great job on that skull head. So
yeah, he's a really nice guy. He also blessed us with some mushrooms one time. I had never
Oh,
had
yeah.
before. I think it was I can't remember the name of it now. Chicken of the
Sea?
woods. Woods.
That's
Chicken
tuna.
of the woods. Yeah.
Woods. I can't remember.
It was kind of a bigger.
Yeah. That's what it was. He's very smart at foraging and stuff too. He's in reenactments and stuff with
Like
the Renaissance.
the Renaissance area type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He's pretty good at all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Mhm. Yeah, we've been blessed to meet quite a few people through this homesteading community. Nice folks.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times on your lives, you get a lot of comments from Jerusha, from Goss Mania. I figured y'all may have.
We've got to meet them too. They came over and visited us one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really like them. We want to go down. We want to take a trip and just go down and
We haven't been down south in quite a while.
do like a loop of Mississippi. Visit everybody.
It's the same. I mean, everywhere. I mean, once you've been through it once, you hadn't
We hadn't missed much.
you hadn't missed much. Hold on just a second. I got to make mention of somebody real quick. Cooking with Bobby Joe. Cooking with Bobby Joe. I'm a bonehead sometimes. I don't know if that you probably know what I'm talking about when I say I'm a bonehead. Nothing but bone. Oh, he knows what you're talking about. I sometimes I don't think, or sometimes maybe words come out my mouth without actually processing through my brain first. It just kind of slips out somehow. And cooking with Bobby Joe, I had Bobby Joe in my mind. And there's a little girl that cooks. I say little girl, she's a young lady, I guess. I better call her a young lady. She is with Southern Roots with Sherry. They do the recipe box together. And I want to say her name is Bobby Joe. It's Bobby anyway. It may not be Bobby Joe, but it's Bobby something. And I think it was last week, Cooking with Bobby Joe came up on here. And I was just talking, well, she does things with Sherry, blah, 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 blah. I had in my mind, that's not her, y'all. Bobby Joe on Cooking with Bobby Joe is a dog. It's a Australian, what is it, Chastity? Is it I think it's like an Australian Shepherd or Border Collie mix. Anyway, that she named it after the dog. Anyway, I had them. Bobby, supper at the family table. That's who I was thinking of, Shannon. But I had Cooking with Bobby Joe kind of mixed up and all that. I was just going on about her, and she was gracious enough not to call me out. But I did go back later and apologize. I did. Hey, Pineapple, good to see you. And anybody else who slipped in, I appreciate y'all.
Pineapple, that's a cute name. I love organization and pineapple, so wow, that's a great name.
And there was somebody else that came in that I missed that I wanted to say hello to. Hey, y'all know how it is. Y'all, when you do your lives, the chat just goes, and you miss people.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up at times.
Glenda from Grace and Fire wanted to mention her, and also down here, Where to Begin Homestead. We met them up there in Kentucky. That's Janice and Billy, or BJ. They live over in Western or Eastern Kentucky. And shouted out Laura on her page. That was awesome. I seen where she went live earlier this morning, but I wasn't in the land of the living.
It gets harder a little bit as you get older.
It gets tough. And Jen popped in, and anybody else that popped in, and hey, hello. So y'all, you met in church, which is a good place to meet. I met my wife in church. We met up in Tennessee. How in the world? Okay, I think I'm trying to put it together now. Brother Eugene Hayden, you said he was the one that performed y'all's wedding, officiated it.
Right.
He was up in North Mississippi at that time?
No, he was in New Mexico.
Yeah. Farmington,
Yeah.
New Mexico. He was
He-
pastoring a church out there.
He took a church out in New Mexico, and that's how we met him. Yep,
Oh my goodness.
our church. Yeah, our pastor that we had. I grew up in that church since I told you I moved there when I was 8. So our pastor that I had as a child had a calling to go on to another field, and Brother Hayden came in, and a young man from Mississippi took over in Mexico.
Well, I never knew him as a young man. I just knew him as an old man or older man. He wasn't just old, but he was.
Well, this was
old.
back in the 80s.
This was back in the 80s, so he was probably in his 30s, I think, when he came out there. So
Okay.
Yeah.
because he had his one son, I believe, Jeremy, and then he had his daughter while he was there, I believe, and then another son. So I can't. It's been so long.
Well, I never knew him. I never knew his children. I just knew him through church, and
Mhm.
in a small community. And I might know his kids, but I just never put it together because
Apparently, there's a lot of Haydens down in that area.
there's a lot of Haydens.
I didn't know that. When you had mentioned that you were around Purvis, I was like, hey, that's the only people we know down there.
My wife was a Hayden. Her daddy and a lot of them folks were in this area back years and years ago. They moved off around a little bit, but there's a remnant left.
Yeah,
A remnant.
I got a friend of mine that lives down in, is it Pearl?
Pearl.
Yeah, Debbie Lane, and she pottery. She does some good pottery. We've gotten some stuff from her, but she lives down around Pearl. So
And McGee, is that what the name of it?
Uh,
McGee? Is
yeah,
that the name
I
of
don't
it?
know.
Something like that down in there.
Yeah, so we've been down that area several times driving through and
Well,
visit her. And
yeah, our daughter had went to college in Pensacola for 2 years, so we were like driving through that area at least
Okay.
twice, 2 or 3 times a year for a while during that time.
And now Pearl is up there close to Jackson, but you said
Yeah.
something about McGee.
Yeah, where isn't McGee down? I thought she was in between.
maybe it
Okay.
was.
She's
Yeah.
not really in. She was out in the country somewhere, but I know we
Is,
went.
is McGee in between Pearl and Purvis?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's somewhere in
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
I think we met her in McGee, and
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of little towns down there. There's one
Yeah.
after another.
yeah. But it's a small town. It's not that big of a town.
yeah.
I mean, it's big compared to Purvis.
yeah.
You know,
I think it's probably as big as Senatobia is, which is close to us.
I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but I keep flashing this in the.
Trying to see. It looks like a nice cup. What's it say?
I like it.
Oh, your life. It's got your symbol on there. That's nice.
I'm gonna have to do this next time I take a sip.
Yeah. You got to wave it a little closer to the.
Are you plugging in an advertisement?
I am. And look what else I got.
Your
We
sponsor.
just got them, and I hadn't sent the first one out yet.
Oh, are they magnets or stickers?
They're stickers. We just got stickers. We didn't get the magnets because me and Blenda's slow about getting around to doing things. And I don't like to jump on the bandwagon of a lot of things and the fads and things that goes along. So I gotta crawl up to things instead of run.
Brampton Gardner said, "You keep flashing what?"
Don't pay attention to Rochelle. You just got to ignore her. You just walk on by. Just walk
Do you
on
get your
by.
stickers from a Sticker Mule?
I think
Where'd you
so. They run some kind of deal.
Yeah, that's about the only time we order stuff is we get an email from them regularly, and they'll have a special. And we've gotten like magnets and different stickers and stuff. That's about the only way, because if you order like regular price, they're pretty steep. They're pretty steep. So we always wait and do their special and then order it. So
He
yeah.
likes to order stuff like that.
We also got this.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I don't.
You don't?
Really?
I don't. I mean, I don't like the color, and I don't like the shirt.
What
And
size
I
is
don't
that?
like the price.
What size is that shirt?
It won't fit you.
Oh.
But I mean, it might fit somebody. I guess I need to give it away because it's a large, but
Oh,
it's
yeah. Yeah, that
it's-
large ain't going over this. That
no.
large will not fit this right here.
Well, it's not gun approved. It's not. It don't fit over the guns. But it would fit somebody. I don't wear t-shirts that
Yeah.
often. Very seldom do I wear a t-shirt. I got to wear something with a little pocket in it.
Hey, Good Times Homestead said that's their shirt.
Steve.
Apparently they wear a large.
Apparently, well, a large is not what it used to be. I guess they're cutting back.
Yeah.
Even on the sizes, the larges aren't quite as big as they used to be.
Yeah, I love that color. It's a pretty color.
Oh, Jaws wears a large.
What's that?
Shannon, journey along with Shannon wears a large.
Shannon, yeah, she wears.
Hey,
a
you
large.
might as well go ahead. And just have a
Everybody on there
contest.
is one.
You might as well have a contest right now and give it away.
I need a new car washing rag.
Oh.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's tough, isn't it? I mean, he's not holding back anything, is he?
No.
I got all these sweet
Fuck.
comments,
Yeah.
and then Jesse throws that in there. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm used to it. I can handle it.
Somebody, where to begin Homestead said large is the new medium.
Yeah. She Ray's, I wear large as well with a few X's before. I like to drop links to make sure I've got y'all. Okay, well get to. Are you a mod, Jen? I can't remember if I made you a mod. I can't see who's a mod on here. I made several people mods, but I don't remember who. If I didn't make you a mod, let me know and I'll get around to it one day, maybe. There's Jesus Loving Homesteader.
Homesteader, good morning.
Good to see y'all. They're from Texas too.
Texas.
Fits you, Virginia. And she is a mod. All right, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you letting me know. I couldn't remember. I made several people back when I first started doing some of this, and I'm too lazy to go back.
Nowadays, you need a lot of mods in there when you start getting a bunch of trolls. To keep up with them is, it can get bad sometimes. If you only got one mod,
yeah,
they're not gonna keep up.
You know what I do, Mac? And Steven kind of helped me. Steven Boots and Bounty helped me with this. He said if you'll set your thing to subscriber mode only.
Yep.
And which I do that. I do it, and it's only like 1 minute. I only do it for a minute.
Yeah.
I hadn't had any trouble since then.
I just found that option out, like I said, like a week or two ago. Because I was in somebody's live chat and I went to click. It goes, oh, you have to be subscribed. And I was like, what? So I subscribed, but I guess they had theirs set for like immediate because I start, I could chat then. And and then I saw that option. I was like, how did they do that? So I found out, and then I started doing that.
Is it a time limit?
You can either do any time or 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. So
yeah,
because usually a troll ain't going to go through the trouble of waiting, a minute or 5 minutes to troll you.
Unless they pump it afterwards.
Yeah, I guess they could afterwards, but I mean they got to really. But they can't chat, afterwards. They could just do it in the comments, and they can do that with anything. So, I don't know if I mentioned Chris and Larry. They're Arizona folks. Appreciate y'all coming in. She says she does hers 5 minutes because I do for 5 minutes because no one wants to wait that long.
So where's Chris and Larry at in Arizona?
They're in where y'all at in Arizona? Prescott, maybe.
Oh wow,
nice. I have
close
family that lives in Phoenix. My son's in
Yeah, that's
Phoenix
right outside
now.
Phoenix, ain't it?
No, Prescott is north.
But still, it's near Phoenix, right?
Well, I mean, it's between Flagstaff and, or no, maybe it's east.
I don't know. We've got to go out to
East, I
Phoenix
think.
in April. My son lives out there and he's getting married, so we've got to
okay.
travel out there in April and go to his wedding. So I like Phoenix. I like to visit, but boy, I'm telling you what, that place is just exploded with population. I couldn't live out there. It's just too big for me. It's huge.
Mhm.
It's
2 hours
just
from Phoenix.
it's so spread out. It's just insane. Takes you forever if you wanted to go from top to bottom or around or anything. It'd be an all day drive just to drive around Phoenix. You know.
I'm not. I don't like going to all them places where it's so busy like that. I would go out of my way to avoid all that. I
Yep.
just will.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the way we are about Memphis. I hate going to Memphis. Matt worked in Memphis for 30 years, and it's like we never go up there unless we have to. And now they have an interstate that kind of goes around for us.
The 269.
269. So it's
yeah.
like, even though it may take 5 or 10 minutes longer, we don't care. We'll take it.
Yep.
It's nicer.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere near Memphis. Of course, it seems like all of Memphis is starting to ease down here now.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, our little town, we live in Coldwater, but the next town next to it is Santobia. And man, it seems like the crime in that little town has just skyrocketed this past year, you know. Robberies,
drugs,
rape, and just all kinds of stuff. I'm like, my goodness. I mean, this is just a little old town, you know, with a little community college in it. But
It don't take much nowadays.
no.
Don't take much. There, Jackson is gotten real bad. Jackson, they call it Little Chicago. I'm like,
Wow.
Wow. I don't have time for all that. I like staying out here in the country, and
Yeah.
I guess the only time I ever had to go to some of those places, like go to the hospital with church members and things like that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard in a while. How is Jackson's water situation going? Have you heard anything?
I don't know. I don't keep up with them.
I ain't close enough down there, and I don't.
There was a shooting
Hardly
spree.
listen.
Well, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, that's just the weekend, isn't it?
It is very sad. It's very sad, but it's crazy. They don't even really publicize all the stuff, that goes on in Memphis, because it is pretty much normal.
Rochelle, you can have it. I don't want it. I ain't got time for that many people.
You're in the GTA.
Okay, I'm stupid. What's the GTA? I know it stands for something.
Georgia.
Grand Toronto area, maybe.
Oh,
Mm.
I thought she was in Georgia. Y'all are.
No, she's up there in Canada.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
And
Did I get that right? Rochelle, Grand Toronto area or something like. Please say I got that right. I need a win. I need a win today. Carmen's asking, what kind of chickens do y'all raise? They're raising Buff Orpingtons and Bantams.
we have Buff Orpingtons and Isa Browns.
And we
Right
just got a
now.
new rooster.
And our rooster is
It's
a
a
Welsomer.
Welsomer, yeah.
Yeah, we just culled back a lot of our chickens because they were older.
And got rid of our mean rooster.
Yeah, I got rid of my mean rooster, and we're kind of in the process of redoing it. We're going to get new chicks and stuff, but I don't think we're going to do that until spring. We're just going to go ahead and have our little flock right now until springtime, because we need to build our new coop and stuff.
And get it moved. Yeah,
Get it
we got to
moved,
relocate
so-
things. And so.
Yeah, we're trying to do. We kind of jumped the gun and got all these chickens and stuff, and then we didn't really have a proper place for them, and now we're still working on that. We're still working on the structure of a lot of things. It's a little slower with us these days.
Yeah, I don't like buy a horse and
Good
then the
job,
cart. I'll buy the cart and no, I don't buy a cart and we'll have that put the cart before the horse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm getting these animals. I ain't gonna, before I even have a place for them. We just got 3 rabbits, and
we have an old barn that's falling apart, so we're just trying to build stuff up.
Now, y'all, hold on. My mind just went blank for some. I don't know if yours ever does that, but mine goes off on its own sometimes, like a little puppy following the. Anyway, rabbits. I heard rabbits.
Yes, we just.
Y'all just getting rabbits?
Yes, we just got some rabbits. We did have a nice rabbit cage that I had gotten a while back, and we just now,
wanted to do some patch
patch
work,
it up just a little bit. But it's a metal one. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Have y'all raised rabbits?
No, it's our first time.
First time. So actually, we're just being, it's future stuff we want to do, but we really want the fertilizer from them for the garden. So yeah, that's mainly what we're doing right now is the fertilizer and for their help with that. And then later on.
Hey, NDP.
Yeah.
See, I got rabbits for the first time this year too. And I thought that, I use it for the fertilizer, but I wanted mine for the meat. And so we're gonna find out what all that's about in about 3 weeks, I think. But I like it. It's kind of easy. It's not a whole lot to it. You just put this in a cage and you feed them.
Yeah.
Feed and water, and that's about it.
Jesus Loving Homestead, they have the Tumac composite rabbits now. That's the kind that I kind of wanted to get, but the people that we got them from, they're good friends of ours, and they said that their rabbits are a New Zealand mix of some type.
Yeah.
But I heard I can't say that. It sounds like it's a funny name. Tumac. I heard that they're more heat resistant, they can tolerate the heat, which that's what we get. Mississippi is hot and humid and everything.
Right.
So that was the kind that I thought we try to invest in, but.
Well, these rabbits are used to the heat. He's
from Kentucky, and they're a little bit cooler up there, but yet they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
I guess.
Climate. I don't think they've got the humidity as bad as we got here.
Yeah, see, she said the Tumac can handle the heat. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about getting those.
I was going to say, I think I've heard that too, but I think I heard it from Jesus Loving Homesteader from watching their channel.
Well, actually, I think it was Andrea from VW Family Farms. They're in Arkansas, and I think that's the kind they have, and that's where I learned about it, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is important. I don't have a clue what type ours are. I really don't. My son brought them home. A guy was in the parking lot up at the pet store. I kid you not. I was wanting some rabbits, and he just so happened to go up there, and the guy was like, hey, kid, come here. I got something you might need. And it was rabbits. So he brought me home 1, 2, 3, 4 rabbits, one male and 3 females.
Wow.
And,
yeah, we got 1 male and 2 females. So, but we're not planning on breeding them anytime soon. No. We want to kind of get used to them, and plus I need to get, maybe some other cages so if they, if we do have more, we'll have a place for them. So it's just I'm kind of easing into it. It's just a little process.
What you got to do, Mac, is you got to go ahead and jump on in. Jump on in. Get you at least one of them going, because it's going to take them 4 to 5 weeks. Is it 4 to 5 weeks for after breeding to have the babies? 30 days, around 30 days, I think. So you're going to have that amount of time to kind of work on getting your other stuff, and then after the babies are born, you just leave them in the cage with the mama for another 3-4 weeks. So you got like 3 or 4 months to work on getting a new cage, a grow out cage.
Someone said they give rabbits frozen water bottles.
Yeah.
At 98 degrees.
Yeah, we'll have to get some ice cubes and put it in there. It's supposed to reach 100 tomorrow. It's supposed to be like 98 today and 100 tomorrow. I'm like, no.
Dude, what? I hadn't seen that. I need to turn on the news or weather on.
Yeah, the heat wave going through, I guess. But I thought we were done with the hundreds. I was like, no, I don't want no more.
I told this story about Patty the first time she ate rabbit. That's when I was living up in Tacoma, Washington, when we were in the military. We was over at some friend's house who they happened to be from Alabama, and he had been one of my instructors. So we was over there, and we're eating stew and everything. He looked over, and goes, Patty, you've got a hair in your stew. And she's like, what? She's looking, and I started laughing at everything because you meant hair as in rabbit. I was like, Patty, it's rabbit. That's the hair. She was like, it was so funny.
Yeah, they were laughing at me.
Yeah, having fun with the city girl.
It tasted good. Well, when I was 16, I was out in the country, but just in and out.
Yeah, some people. Andrea says she used to freeze the entire gallon jug of water for the rabbit to cuddle up next to stay cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen that. Yeah.
Wow.
I may have to put something in there tomorrow. We gotta put a fan on them today.
Yeah, I'll get the fan out there.
Yeah, because it's supposed to get yucky today.
And Colleen jumped in too.
I don't know how they do with the cold. Somebody asked if the rabbit's okay with the heat, but what about the cold? I guess they're going to be okay. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
They have fur.
Yep.
That'll be fine, especially if you got like a little cubby thing that they can get up into when it's cold. They can get up in there and they'll be fine. Some people worry too much.
Yeah.
You can't worry about too much. You just got, and if you don't have a frozen ice gallon bucket of water, don't worry about it. They'll be all right. They survive out in the wild. They'll survive, and they ain't got no foxes and stuff chasing them.
Grubby the beagle. The weather's always cloudy looking through that screen.
Hey, my phone is the nastiest. Hold on, let me get rid of this thing. Well, you can't. You won't be able to see it through there, but it is filthy. It's got stuff, and it's on the inside, so you can't just clean it. It's on the inside. You got to take it apart to clean it, and I'm just too lazy to do that. I mean, let's just be honest.
That's funny.
The first thing to do is admit it, and then you can get some help.
No, I've been admitting it for years. I'm too lazy to get help. Hey, y'all, I just looked at the time, and I hadn't really got around to asking y'all a whole lot of anything, to be honest with you.
Oh, no, I just enjoyed talking. That's fine.
Let me tell these folks here in the chat real quick. If y'all don't have Southern Blessed Homestead, get over there. Pleasant people, they have a live on Tuesday nights, most Tuesday nights at 8:00 Central Time. Y'all will have
tonight.
Yeah.
Huh?
So we'll be going live tonight. So.
Look, go over there tonight, 8:00 tonight. You will have a blast. I'm telling you, they are very enjoyable.
We sing, we dance, we put on a show.
No.
It's all free.
Anyway.
It's all free. We don't charge you anything.
Not a dime. I hadn't been charged a dime yet. Now I've had to pay other ways, but
you may lose some brain cells here and there.
Yeah.
After people watch our live for an hour, they're a lot dumber than what they were. Like, I'll never get that hour back in my life. What did I just do?
There you go. But seriously, you will enjoy the live. You'll see familiar faces in the chat that you know, but you'll enjoy the live. They go on and on like they're married or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie.
There's Donnie.
Hey, Storyteller Donnie.
And Storyteller Donnie. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. But I want to thank all of you in the chat for coming. I do appreciate it so much. I know you could be anywhere else in the world, well, maybe not in the world, but in your world anyway. And you could be there, but you chose to be here. And I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted. Krubby, I appreciate you coming in. That's Vincat, his little dog Krubby. But everybody just calls him Krubby because it's easier and it's fun to say. But I appreciate all of y'all coming in today and joining us. If you hadn't subscribed to Patti and Mack, get over there. Southern Blessed Homestead. I think you will enjoy it very much. Y'all hang on just a second, all right, if you don't mind. Just hang on there. And I'm going to let these folks get over to Andale Homestead.